First thing that you want to do when you're wherever you're sitting right now, you can do this sitting right now. You can, if you're comfortable sitting on the floor, you can, but you don't have to at all. I'm sitting on a couch. You want to make sure that your feet are resting on the floor, so there's a sense of grounding. You're not sort of floating, and that your back isn't relaxing into the chair like this, right? You want to be upright. And then what you're going to do is you're going to feel those sits bones. I call them sits bones, which are the bones that are really at the base of your pelvis. You can feel them pushing into the seat beneath you. And you want to find those bones, sort of locate them, rock around, find those bones. And then you want to very slowly, very gently rock to the very front of those bones, and then rock to the very back of those bones. And so you might find yourself rocking like this. See if you can let the rocking come just from your pelvis. So you see the top of my body is staying straight, and see if you are sitting on the floor, it'll be easier to do sitting cross-legged or sitting on your knees. So yeah, you can you bring it even a little lower? And actually, sure. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna sit like this so you can see what I'm doing. So if you're sitting on the floor, you could sit. Pick my arms up so you can see my hips. So if you were sitting on the floor, you could sit like I'm sitting, and then the movement would look a little bit like this and like that. So it's just happening with the lower part of my body. And what I'm focusing on, I'm not focusing on making the movement look any certain way. I'm focusing on what does it feel like to rock all the way to the back of those bones and all the way to the front of those bones. That's it. Keep it really, really simple. And then just let yourself relax and breathe into it and start to go one direction when you inhale and one direction when you exhale. And that can be whichever direction you want it to be. So we're very not technical here, right? Inhale, exhale. And then you're going to find the middle. So this is especially good if your butt is up on a cushion or if your butt's right on the earth. You're going to find the middle. So that moment where if these are those sits bones, you've been rocking forward on them, you've been rocking back on them, and find that center point. So for me, I'll put my hands here so you can see my hips. That's back, that's all the way to the front, and then here's the middle. And when I hit the middle, it just seems like there's a little more room to breathe. I literally have a little more space around my lungs because my spine is straight, but it's dynamic. I'm not rigid like this. I'm dynamic and relaxed, and my spine is straight. And you're just going to sit here for a moment and just let yourself breathe. If you can't tell if you're right in the middle, you can rock forward and back again just to find that middle point. And then let your jaw drop open because we hold a lot of tension in our jaw. So let your jaw drop open and just start to breathe here really naturally and see if you can start to allow the breath to massage the inside of your body. And you can close your eyes. If you do happen to look at the screen, you can look at how, and this is happening in your body too, when I breathe, my whole body just gently moves. I gently expand to receive the inhale, and I gently deflate like a balloon when I let go of the inhale. And see if you can feel that breath coming in and just caressing the inside of your body. So let it be very sweet, very gentle, like a soft caress. So if you are watching, you want to feel the breath on the inside of your body, just like you're seeing my hand on the outside of my body. Just this very soft, gentle caress as the air enters in through your mouth and just caresses all the way down, and see if you can let it caress all the way down into your vagina. And then it flows back up and out when you exhale. And in. And really gentle and soft. And it's just softening, softening, softening. And then exhale. And so now you're going to imagine that your body is like a house, and we're going to go into the room of the house that is your vagina. So we're just going to imagine that you're going into that room and you're turning the light on. So most of us, what do we have? We have the light on in our head most of the time, and everything else is dark. So now we're taking this adventure and we're turning a light on in that room. So you're really giving your awareness and yourself to that space in your body. And then you're just going to begin to have a conversation with this part of yourself as though she were a long-lost friend. So this is your long-lost friend. You're going out to lunch after, who knows how many years since you've hung out with this friend. She was so loyal to you. She's so fabulous. And you're finally taking the time to go out to a nice lunch with her. And just give yourself a little bit of space. Keep your eyes closed. And it may sound silly, but just give yourself a little bit of space to say to her, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while. I'm sorry that I haven't been in contact with you. What's on your mind? How are you? How are you? And this is going to give you half a minute to see how she responds. And then just using this analogy of the old friend, you might find, if I make this contact with myself in this moment, I notice that there's some sadness in my heart because I feel that I haven't necessarily treated this old friend very well for a lot of my life. I've been ignoring her, or I've neglected her, or maybe I've made choices that were more right for the men that I was with and then were right for her and for me. And so if it feels authentic to you, you can take some time to tell her how you're feeling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I dated that one sleazy guy who just was really rough with you, right? I'm sorry that I don't ever give you any kindness and attention, and then I try to pretend you don't exist. So if there's anything that's authentic for you in that, maybe it's an apology, maybe it's something you want to explain to her, allow yourself, I'm going to give you just half a minute to do that now. And then you can begin to offer the question, what is it that you need? What is it that you want? What would make you happy? And you'll be amazed at the kind of information that you get. So just opening the possibility for asking, what is it you need? And I'm just going to give you a few seconds just to see. There's no right and wrong answer here. All of our bodies have something different to share with us. We're just beginning this new relationship, this new friendship. And then thanking her. Maybe you pick up the tab. You're going to buy lunch this time. She can get you next time. And just taking a deep breath and really, really sending her some love. Maybe even putting one hand on your heart and just imagining what it would feel like to just give this part of you, this long lost part of you, a big hug. Even if this feels silly to you, I know this is silly and it's powerful. So you just let yourself be pleasantly surprised by the adventure. And just hugging that long lost friend. And then taking a couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, letting your eyes just gently open.